All righty, it is recording.
Perfect, thank you. Well, again, welcome everyone to our second webinar in our three-part series. My name is Cindy Kuhl, and I'm the owner of Training Solutions. And on the call today is Joyce Nichols, who's also an ACT certified consultant. Today's topic is how to increase your sales with our top 3 reporting tips. Please post your questions in the questions box, and we will try to get to a few of them as we get through our webinar today. We have over 50 people joining us today, so if we don't get to your specific question, please let us know the question. We'll summarize those and get them back out to you. This will be recorded as well, so that recording will be sent to you in a couple of days. A famous baseball player, Yogi Berra, once said, "If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else." So in order to know if you're going the right direction, you need a way to track your progress. We're going to show you in 20 minutes 3 of our favorite reports that will help you see if you're on the right track. The 3 reports we're going to show you are the call report, the key account report, and the sales report. The call report. What that will show you is, are you using your time wisely? Do you have the information in front of you that will help you know if you're spending enough time sending your emails, or should you be in front of your customers more frequently? Joyce, we do have a black screen now, just so you know. The second report that we're going to show you is the what's called the key account report. Sorry about that. The key account report is going to allow us to know if we are touching the right accounts properly. And Joyce, could you just back up one slide, please?
I am sorry, I'm having some difficulty. All right.
It's one of those mornings, but thank you again for everyone. Again, the call report is, are you using your time wisely? We're going to be using the history list as well as using Excel subtotals to take a look and analyze your data. The key account report is an area that we can show you, are you again touching those key accounts? Some accounts need to be touched more frequently. Should you be reaching out to those top accounts more frequently during the quarter or the month? And this report we're going to show you is how you can find out if you have been touching them most frequently, or if you should be doing more interaction with them. Again, Joyce will be showing you the history list as well as using Excel subtotals. And the third report is the sales report. This report, using the opportunities area within ACT, will allow you to find out, are there any opportunities that need to be touched right now, or is there anything that needs to be handled and have some attention to them right away? Or are there some opportunities that will be closing possibly in the 30, 60, 90 date range? Joyce is going to be showing you some things with the opportunity list view to show you how you can see that. But also we're going to take a little bit further than that and be able to find out, for example, what products are being sold, analyze that data using Excel pivot tables. So we have areas within ACT that have some great reporting capabilities within the history report and the opportunity list report. But we also want to take it to a step farther, and Joyce is going to show you again how to use Excel to take this data that we're tracking in ACT and analyzing it to help you increase your sales using these top 3 reports. So Joyce, go ahead and take it away.
Well, we'll see if I have more luck with, there we go. Now I'm back on track. All right, this is the demo database that I'll be working with today, and I'm working specifically with the history list. For those of you who are not familiar with the history list, you'll find it in the middle of the navigation bar. The history list will show you the histories that have been created in your database. There's so many wonderful things about the history list. First of all, you can sort by any column in the history list just by selecting the column header. You can also choose the particular date range that you wish to see. You can be very specific as far as the type of history. You can drill down, and perhaps you don't want to see vacations, or you don't want to see any personal activities. So you just unselect those. You can also select a particular user that you would like to see. For today's purposes, we're going to display all of the users. As you know, any list view in ACT can be customized. The history is a list view, so you can customize it by clicking on the Customize Columns button. The available fields for the history list view will be listed in the left pane. You can choose to add any of the fields that you would like to just by selecting them and clicking the Add Fields button. For today, we're going to leave the fields as they are. To really dig down and analyze your histories, we're going to use the subtotals feature. Before we actually create that, I want to show you what that report would look like. We're going to take today just the first quarter of 2015. So I'm going to choose a custom date. And I have those dates already in my date range. Now you notice because this is the demo database, our dates aren't quite accurate. They're not up to date. So I'm going to choose OK to choose that date range. Let's take a look at the call report. This will show you what are my reps doing? How are they spending their time? So I want to show you what the report looks like first before we actually create it. So this is a report that's using the Excel subtotals feature. This allows you to drill down and do some deep analysis of your histories. First of all, I see that in the time period that I chose, there are 67 histories that were created. I'm going to click on number 2 to expand that. These are the users in the database, so I can see how many activities each user has, or excuse me, how many histories each user has created in the time period. To get a little bit more detail, I'm going to click number 3. I can see that Allison had 2 meetings. She won an opportunity. She had 4 to-dos with a total of 7 histories during that time period. Perhaps I want to look to see, maybe I see that Ernst had 6 meetings. What meetings did he actually hold? I can drill down anytime I want to see any meeting detail, and I'll give you a little bit more information as we show this report and its creation. And then I can also drill down and expand the entire report. So that is using the subtotals feature. So let's get started in showing you how to do that. First thing I'm going to do is to go back to my history list and click the Export Current List to Excel, remembering that any list in ACT can be exported to Excel. Once that list has been exported, I'm going to sort on the columns that I wish to subtotal. For this example, I'm going to subtotal by Record Manager and also by Result. So to sort those 2 columns, I click on the Data tab, click on the Sort box, and I'm going to sort by Record Manager, and I'm also going to sort by Result, and select OK. The Subtotals button is on the Data tab to the far right. Remember, I have items in ACT, but now I'm going to do some analysis with it. So I'm going to subtotal. At each change in Record Manager, I want to count the result. So notice that ACT will be viewed in an outline. Number 1 is my grand count. Number 2 is the total number of histories created for each user. And number 3 is where I can expand. This is a great way for me to see what my reps are doing, how they're using their time, and are they using their time wisely and being productive. Again, I can collapse and expand. Well, I can see what they're doing, but I want to see also the number of each result. So I'm going to expand a little bit on this and add another subtotal. I'm going to click on Subtotal. This time, at each change in result, I'm going to count the result and select OK. Now I have even more detail. Again, we're going to start from the base, 63. This is what my users have done. But I can see, this is just a great feature, again, to see what my reps are doing. I can see how many meetings Allison held in that time frame, the opportunities won, to-dos done. Maybe I want to see again how many meetings Chris held and who those meetings were with. So I'm going to expand this, and because I have the company and the contact included in my export, I also see who Chris has been meeting with. And as you know, I can also expand to get all the detail. So that would be the call report. The next report is the key account report. I'm sure you all have accounts that you would like to have your sales rep touch more frequently than others. Perhaps you have A accounts that you want your sales reps to touch every 3 months, and maybe you have a B account which the sales reps should touch every 6 months. How do you know if your companies are being touched? That is the second report that I'd like to show you, and that's the key account report. Again, we're using the subtotals feature. I can see, I'm going to expand it, 63, number 2. These are the companies that my users have had contact with in the time frame. So I see that, gee, CH Tech 1, that's one of my main accounts. It's been touched 26 times, so my sales reps are doing a great job. Let's look at Graham Electronics count. I see that they have been touched 6 times. But what has actually been done? Have there been phone calls made? Have there been meetings held? So I'm going to expand Graham Electronics. And I see which user has touched that company and what they've done. And because I have the regarding in my export, I also see what has been done as far as the details of that touch. So that would be your key account report. So I'd like to show you how to create that. Again, we're going to use the history list. I'm going to export that to Excel. Because I want to subtotal on company, I'm going to sort the company column. Once it's sorted, I click on the Data tab, move over to the right, and select Subtotal. This time, at each change in company, I want to count the results. And then I'm going to select OK. So now I have the touches that have been made to each company. The third report we wanted to show you are pivot tables using the opportunity list view. I'm going to go back to ACT. Opportunities or potential sales. Opportunities is a very powerful feature of ACT. This is where you can keep track of your sales, what's in your pipeline. For those of you who may not be familiar with opportunities, just a quick overview. You have different statuses in your opportunities: open, closed won, closed lost, and active. And we have different stages as well, depending on the sales process. So in the demo database, we have a sales process. And again, these are the stages that we go through when we make a sale in this demo database. Again, because it is a list view, it can be customized. Customize columns. Again, works the same, the available fields for the opportunity, list view are in the left pane. The ones that are viewing are in the right, and you can change the orders of these. Any column heading can be sorted by just clicking on the column heading. Let's go ahead and export this to Excel. What I want you to notice is at the bottom, if you can see the bottom, there are 340 opportunities. So again, like the history list, I see things in a line item, but I want to make some sense of this. I want to do some analysis of this data without having just line items. That's what you can use a pivot table for. So I'm going to export the current list to Excel. When you export the opportunity list view, ACT will automatically create a pivot table in Excel. There's no work for you to do because the table is already created. So here we have our opportunity list view. And again, as I said, there are over 300 opportunities. Now I want to make some sense of that. So I'm going to click on the Opportunities Pivot worksheet. And here I have my pivot table. As you can see, there are 88 opportunities that Allison had for a total of $650,100. Ernst had 88 for a total of $549,500. So already I'm seeing some good information. This is the pivot table field list pane. I can edit my pivot table. Perhaps I would like to see the products that are being sold. I'm going to drag product down below Record Manager. So now I'm displaying who the Record Manager is, what product that Record Manager is selling, and the number of products they're selling. So for instance, I see that Allison is working with 10 service contracts with a total of $20,000 worth in value. One of the really neat things about pivot tables is besides seeing the data being analyzed, you can also look at the detail. So I'm going to double-click on the service contract product because I want to see the detail. So I'm going to double-click. Now I have the detail of those 10 products that are being sold. So I can see the company that they're with. I can see the contact as well. Perhaps I want to see just the opportunities that are open. So I can filter my pivot list, the pivot table, and I want to look at my open opportunities. So I select Open and choose OK. Now I see that I have my open, and these are the products that are open. There's also a pivot chart that's created. So many times we like to see things in, graphically. So the pivot table tells me what I'm viewing in a chart. So again, this chart can be filtered as well. So this helps me know, are my sales reps meeting their goals? Let's go back to the Opportunities Pivot Table. And one other thing that I'd like to show you is maybe I don't care about the product, but I want to see what stage my opportunities are in. Again, great feature. I can see, okay, I have 3 or 4 in the commitment to buy stage. Which ones are in the commitment to buy stage for Allison? I just double click, and there I have the detail. So I hope that has helped you see the things that you can do with the integrating your ACT data with Excel. Cindy?
Great, thanks. Yeah, great, thanks, Joyce. No, this is just a 20-minute quick overview of what things are with ACT and using Excel as a tool to analyze your data. Again, ACT has got some wonderful reporting mechanisms already built into it, but to take it a step farther, a lot of people know how to use Excel, that you can take this data and do further analysis without having to create a customized report within ACT. So again, I hope we've given you some quick ideas of what is capable of doing with ACT. We are definitely here to help you answer questions. If you want to dig into this further, please let us know. We're definitely here to help. Joyce, if you want to bring up that very last slide, that would be perfect. We don't have any questions right now, so again, if you do have any specific questions you'd like us to answer, feel free to put those in the questions box, not the chat box, but the questions box. We'll be happy to answer those for you. Again, we're out of our time for our 20 minutes. We did want to give you a quick overview of the top 3 reporting tips that we think are important for you to be able to analyze your data, again, to know where you're going to help you get there to reach your goals. Our next webinar actually is on the next slide, Joyce. If you can go ahead and move the next slide, that'd be great. We will have another webinar, and that is going to be on June 23rd, and that's to help you keep your ACT running smoothly. We are going to show you some tech that we do a lot when our customers call us and have technical issues with ACT. Some of the basic things that you guys can just do yourself, so we want to make you aware of that. Again, we thank you for taking your time this morning for our 20-minute top 3 tips in reporting of ACT. Hope it was helpful for you. And again, please reach out to me. My email address is there. Our website is there. Please reach out to us as we can help you in any way that we can to help you keep your ACT together. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.